Yeah, hi, welcome back again. Happy New Year 2026. Long time no see. Hope you are doing well. Greetings from China. Two cigarettes here, PK. One is Pride, 娇子, Yangguang, so sunlight or whatever. Pride has nothing to do with what you think it does. And here we have Pride Style. And let's do a comparison, accompanied by a tea called Sanpao Tai from the north of China. So let's do it. Number one, Pride. This is a comparably cheap cigarette. It's around, I think it's around 15 yuan. I'm not sure because I got them for testing. Yeah. So what you see here is a little panda. Yeah, it doesn't focus right. So it's a little panda, and Pride it says, and this used to be called Lesser Panda, 小熊猫, but they integrated this brand into another brand. A very nice package because it is not a flip top box, but a normal, you would call it a soft pack, but it's a hard pack because they put some carton inside. So this is very sturdy. Disadvantage, you have to carry it upright because once open, and I love these holographs, right? Is it hologram? Look at that. Wow. A sturdy package and a sturdy cigarette with a slightly longer filter than usual. I think it's an 84 millimeter cigarette and has a typical Chinese cigarette nutmeg or something like this flavor, aroma. Yeah, nice pull. And a bronze colored tobacco. No extra gimmicks on the filter. Super strong, full bodied, even though the values speak differently. I don't know if you can see it. It says tar, 10 milligrams. Nicotine is 0.8 milligrams and carbon monoxide 11. So this would classify as a strong cigarette in Europe. Invisible, right? Here is a QR code. You can scan it or not. And you get further information about these. So, yeah. So what you get here is it tastes like a very heavy and dark tobacco. That's the first impression. Even though it's not a dark tobacco per se, it has nearly a little bit of a cigarillo kind of flavor profile, which means it's a little bit like chocolate, right? And it's a very full flavor. Before of this, I smoked another brand, a whole pack, and then after that, switching to this, I noticed that there is some perfume in it, but it's not this sweet, sickening kind of perfume like Davidoff cigarettes, for example, or I think Dunhill does this too. This is more like a natural profile elevated. Nutmeg, a little bit of a wet wood, a cigar box kind of sweetness. My very first impression was, oh, this is a bitter cigarette. That was the very first pull. But it became much better. It's a full-bodied cigarette. And it has a quite good paper, I have to say. Compared to other cigarettes, this paper does itself not emit too much of unnecessary smoke. Paper is super important. So if you roll your own, when you have these standard 12-gram papers or even heavier than that, you will see how much smoke it emits. And if you have these light papers below, let's say below 14 milligrams per square meter, I think it is, 14 grams, I'm sorry, you will notice that it smokes easier, it doesn't emit so much bullshit. And this is quite a good paper here. And it doesn't get hot. That's also interesting. Usually you would expect this to become really warm or hot, but it's not. Very full-bodied, very nice. Yeah, I would rate this an 8.5 out of 10. And as I said, I'm not sure about the price. It must be somewhere around 15 yuan, which is like, what is it, $2 or something like this for Pride. Be proud. Smoke the little panda. Well, it's not a little panda. It's this lesser panda. I didn't know it exists, but previously, a few years ago, let's say 15 years ago, 20 years ago, this cigarette was called Lesser Panda, 小熊猫. And here we have Pride. I admit that I have already smoked quite a few, and there are 2 left, and I thought I have to show you this one too. That's the design of it. Gold embossment. You can feel it's embossed. Here we have the Pride logo again. This has nothing to do with the pandas, even though it has a little panda here in the holograph, but it's nearly invisible, right? All right. So we talk of 8 milligrams tar, 0.8 nicotine, and 6 milligrams of carbon monoxide. A 97 millimeter cigarette with 1/3 of this cigarette is a filter, a golden one. And well, tobacco-wise, it looks like it's the same color. No, it's a little bit darker than the other one. Maybe it's the same tobacco, but I doubt. Smells of actually only a little bit of standard tobacco, nothing special. Yeah, it's perfumey. I guess this one is designed for ladies. But, I don't care. I don't care what other people say about that. If it would be a good ciggy, but you see it doesn't even burn straight. Not so happy about that one. Yeah, well, it's definitely lighter than the previous one and has a bit of it is more a vegetable taste, I would say. Something like celery or something like that. Produces a nice smoke. Let's cheat. It's harsher. To be honest, it's not so rounded. It has edges. And I guess this has to do with the flavoring they add. And this is not like a clear, like orange peel or something like this. You cannot really tell what it is. It lacks everything a little bit. So not even that it's a clear tobacco taste or something like this. Just puffs away. Yeah, it's okay. I don't know if, my way of thinking is this. If it's if it's a slim cigarette, it should be a light cigarette, right? And this is everything but light. I cannot imagine that someone who smokes light cigarettes will say that this is a suitable cigarette, but it's not a bad one. Now we get to the heart, and it's just a bit bitey. You cannot tell if it's Burley, if it's a Virginia, nothing like this. It's an empty taste, but a full smoke. Yeah. It burns okay. But it doesn't really get to the point. I just noticed that now we are at the heart of it, right? And it's really just a bit bitey. It's a bit scratchy. And flavoring, I cannot tell you. I can really not tell anything about it. It's a little bit metallic, maybe. Has like a mineral-like taste. So if it would be a tea, you would say that this is kind of a very dry oolong tea without any kind of additional. It's a watery tea in this case, and for a cigarette, it's not bad. It's just that, I don't know. Every time I smoked it, I was like, there must be a reason that people buy it, right? And the only reason I can guess is because it's a slim, super slim one, super slim. Look at this. This is really slim compared to I don't have another slim here right now, but look at that. And you waste quite a lot of tobacco. That's like 2/3 is tobacco, 1/3 is a filter. So this is like a half cigarette maybe. And then this is more expensive. I think this was 18. I don't want to lie. Something like that. So if you come to China and you see this, skip it, I would say. I give it a 6 out of 10. It's not a bad cigarette, but it's not worth it. And this one definitely, it's not overpriced. Wow, look at this holograph. So nice, right? Wow, wow. All right. Thank you for watching. Have a nice day. See you next time. I have a few more to show you if you're interested. Bye-bye.